Welcome to the TMC Newsroom. Rich Tehrani here. Thanks for watching. We're at IT Expo West 2012, and we are in Austin, Texas. On our program is Glenn Goldberg, who's the CEO of Parallel Communications Group. Glenn, welcome to the show. How are you?
Very good. Nice to be here, Rich.
So, your company is a public relations agency and more for many companies in communications and technology and beyond?
Yes. Right. We're a business-to-business public relations firm, and we've kind of found ourselves doing most of our work in the technology space and telecommunications space. So all of our clients are involved in technology in one aspect or another. So it keeps us very busy, and we get to come down to Austin and go to the show in Miami, so that's good.
And in terms of the market and what's happened in the last 5-10 years, are the trends, evolution,
Yeah.
what are you seeing? Give us, you sit at the center of these multiple technologies, and you deal with really a large range of organizations, so you're in a good position to tell us what's happening.
Well, I think what we've seen is kind of the way IT Expo has evolved also in a way. Everything now is kind of moving into a mobility arena. And maybe I'm overstating the obvious, but in the past 3-4 years, we have clients that would never even consider themselves in the mobile space, are now actively engaged in that. And these are including enterprise communications players. Like Vertical Communications is a client, which is a very active enterprise mobile solution. Mobile payments is huge. Mobile security, huge. Even infrastructure clients that we have, they're all getting into the mobility space. And I see that's kind of what's evolved also with IT Expo. There's a big track in terms, the Latin American conference, for example, has a big mobility component, cloud obviously. So that's really perhaps the biggest trend with real meat on the bones that we've seen.
Now, in terms of your agency and the reason that a customer should choose you, for those that are watching right now, can you tell us some of the ways you differentiate so they know, and so that they know who to go to or how to choose you?
One of the things that we probably differentiate ourselves the most on is aligning the PR program with the go-to-market strategy of our client. So we found it's always great to write. Everyone could write news releases. We're all very proficient in writing articles and things like that, and placement. But what we find that one of our core strengths is able to align those PR activities with the go-to-market strategy of the clients. So depending if they sell directly or they sell through distribution, whatever region they're in, how they're sold with influencers like the analyst community, how they play a role in the sales process. That's how we structure our PR programs. So it's really aligned with those sales strategies.
And what are some of the things in the future that we can expect from your agency?
We're right now have I'd say a toehold in Europe. We have a couple of clients in Europe. We want to expand in that region some more. We're also looking we don't want to just generally go out for new business. We want to, if there's a company out there that we could help and it fits in with us, from a philosophical standpoint, that's fine. We'll talk with them. There's a lot of activity in certainly Asia Pac and Latin America. We've added some native Spanish-speaking members to our team. So those are some of the areas we're looking at.
There's one other thing I wanted to ask you, and that is just your views on social and what's happening in that market.
In terms of social media?
Social media, have you seen it evolve? Is it more important, less important? What's the situation there?
It's there's always a lot of buzz on it. We find what's the best use for it. In the technology space, quite frankly, I don't see it playing a major role in the B2B space as it does in the consumer space. If you're making a $100,000 investment in technology, chances are a purchasing manager is going to do far more due diligence than just based on a tweet. So getting the content out there.
Well said.
Yeah, getting the content out there, it's very, very good for that, to repurpose material, continue to get the story out there. But it's kind of like the Wild West. Once you get a story out there, there's no facts, there's no editorial background to see what's real, what's a farce, quite frankly, and things spin out of control real carefully. So it's still, I know this is something we've talked about a couple years ago. Back then we said it's still a work in progress. I really don't see it changing. I still see that social media has a role in this in B2B PR. We're still not sure how big a role.
Excellent. Thanks for
Okay.
being here, Glenn. This was a pleasure.
Okay, thanks a lot, Rich.